Yo, what's up, humans and bots alike? I am Genghis Roth, and welcome to Scrolling Through the Floasis archives. Now, if you are not privy to the series, definitely check up that eye icon for the intro so that you know how to download and read these threads. It's pretty great. We're on the third episode for the history part, which is called Hold the Presses. I'm going to try to make this episode as short as I can because I feel like the interviews that I have linked are more important than the content in the thread. So definitely encourage you to read the entire thread anyway, because that's what this is for, to invite you and to introduce you to these things and to think about it in a gloving perspective differently. So this one is called Hold the Presses, started by Tiny Love back in 2010. So basically, he started this because he met up with, or he just randomly bumped into a guy named DB. He was a DJ from NASA, which, if you saw the other two history videos, you'll know that NASA was one of the first raving places in America, or I guess rave events in America. So that's where Liquid started, and that's where that's where he's from. So Tiny Love is geeking out, and he's talking about how he wants to do a big interview with him. And so that's why I have interviews linked here. He also finds this, what's it called? From the rhythmism.com forum. Of course, rhythmism.com, it's no longer really a thing, sadly. Well, just like Floasis, right? These forums all come and go. Although we do have Facebook, which has been good so far. The Glover's Lounge is it's a great place for Glovers to go. If you're not part of any forum or community, definitely hit up Glover's Lounge on Facebook. It'll be easy to meet up with people like that from there. Or YouTube, hit me up, talk with me. That'd be fun. This thread is actually not as like interesting as you would think it is, because it's really the real meat of it is a rehash of that quote from Birdage from that last one. If you saw the small issue episode, right, the second of history, that quote there from Birdage is basically this story here. But I mean, they do have some interesting stuff they talk about afterwards. How, like, kind of, more separation, more questiony, thought-provoking things like how hip-hop pertains to raves and EDM. And, because people say that raves saved hip-hop, the separation between the rap and the dance aspect. And I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool. It really made me think about, one person's reply really made me think about how other dances get their history recorded, and this one right here. So we have contact with people doing Liquid pre-LLC and pre-LPC. Are we going to interview them? Do they have any footage? And that was said by Verb. Verb is a great Liquid and Digits dancer. In fact, I have a couple of his videos in my threading playlist because he has a couple really nice digital character concepts that he goes through in his videos. So this is a good time to start talking about the links that I have for you guys today. or I don't know, maybe I should, yeah, I'll find that one part first. Although Liquid Wave mentioned something here where it's like, I've heard stuff like liquiding comes from glow sticking. So that seems a little bit hard to swallow. Yeah, maybe if liquiding was nothing but figure eights, but then again, it probably wouldn't have been called liquiding if that was the case. Edit, however, I know glow sticking played a seminal part in its development. Just the idea, something like liquiding is nothing, but glow sticking moves without the sticks, I really don't agree with that. So, end quote there. I mean, that brings us to this first video, which is, so Verb's reply mentioned the LLC. That is the Liquid Lights crew from New York City. This is a video of theirs on Tiny Love's second channel. He's got a couple of videos like this. I mean, even I agree with the fact that rave dancing evolved with the glow sticks. Glow sticks really brought a different type of dance to the rave scene, and liquid is just something parallel that ran with it, I think. Liquid Lights crew are noted to be one of the first people to use the glow sticks with their liquid and perform with it like that. Here is an interview from Falsify and Liquid Kevin that talks about something similar to that. They mention Liquid Lights crew as well, and I believe also the LPC, which Liquid Pop Collective. They came after LLC, but Liquid Pop Collective made that beautiful video that I mention almost every time I do a Scrollin Thru Floasis, that the Liquid and Digits tutorials that I linked a little too much, but that also means that you have no excuse. You have to watch it. It's great. But yeah, no, they're talking about people before them. And then right here is an interview with Tiny One Love. I couldn't find any good Liquid people who he interviewed, but there's a lot of up rockers. So if you're interested in watching the history of other styles, definitely watch all of his interviews. This one is just with Shifted Shapes, about finger tutting, because that's the most relatable, since finger tutting and digits are very together. And the last link I got for you is called Breakin' and Enterin'. It's a West Coast hip-hop documentary. It's like hour and a half long. Takes a while to watch. It's got some poppin', it's got some waving in there. So if you are interested in the history and possibly differences between waving and liquid, definitely watch this one to completion. Like, it talks more about the hip-hop movement than the dances itself, but it's still something really cool if you're a history junkie like me who just likes history. I'm terrible with it, but it's there, and I want to share it with you guys so that you understand and can possibly learn a lot from it. So that was Scrolling Through the Floisis Archives, the third out of 4 history parts called Hold the Presses, started by Tiny Love. Definitely, if you got something for me to check out, hit me up. I'll scroll through that. And if you like this video, hit the button, subscribe to see when the new ones come out. And thanks for watching. Keep chill and shoots.